when the mind and the body kind of work together, then you really have a big advantage. Because the mind, it needs the same kind of torture. It needs the same pain. It needs the same kind of a push and resistance. And the more adversity that you go through, the stronger your character becomes. And the stronger your will becomes. So it's very clear. I believe in that very strongly.
When we feel that resistance, when we feel that doubt, when our body says, no, you can't run 2 more miles or you can't do 2 more reps, and you push through that, that's what you need. Like when you're trying to pass redistricting and you fail the first time and you fail the second, like you need that part of yourself that has trained the muscle that pushes past no or the first failure or that it's hard. You have to cultivate that sort of meta muscle that pushes through hard stuff.
The rule is don't think. And so because I feel like a lot of people, when they get up, their mind starts wandering. If you make it a rule where you say, okay, there's certain things that I would do before I start thinking, and that is, I'm going to work out for an hour. So now if the mind tells you, the day is okay, what the hell is Sunday? And no one will know, let's just go and have some pancakes instead. And you say, wait a minute, what did I just do? I thought. And I promised myself, I'm not going to think. So it's the thinking that makes me want to go and change my mind. If I stop that thinking and do exactly what I set out to do, which is, let's just go, let's get on that bicycle, let's bicycle down to the gym. Because as soon as you bicycle, everything starts feeling good. It's almost kind of like you start out the first mile with a black and white picture. And then all of a sudden this picture turns more and more colorful. By the time you get to the gym and you get the first set, it's colorful. The gym is colorful. The characters around you are colorful. Everyone, is there working out, and you get sucked into it, and you start training harder and harder and all this stuff. And then by the time you bicycle home and you have breakfast, you feel really good. So this is always the same thing. So don't let your thinking get in the way. That's what I always tell people. People get thrown off when you say don't think. They say, you have to think, of course, in the right moment. But in the morning when you get up and you have time, do the workout before you start thinking. We don't need much money in order to really make your body kind of go through some kind of pain, and to just really push it a little bit, burn the calories, get the steps in there, work the heart and everything like this, and you will feel good. And that's the key thing people should always know. If you feel good physically and you can do wonderful things physically, then you feel mentally much better about yourself. So my father's upbringing had a tremendous impact when he talked about be useful. What do you do, Arnold, for people around you? You're just training, you're just pumping up your biceps and looking in the mirror, looking at yourself? Are you kidding me? You should get these biceps from chopping wood and carrying wood in there for the older people. There are a lot of older people that need help. And so he will always push me to be more useful and stuff. So there's things that have a real profound impact. And that's why I think it's so important that we make our kids grow up with those lessons.
And you really hate that idea that we got here from our own sheer will and strength and genius. We're a product of our environment and our influences and our families. So talk to me about that.
Well, I think it's important always to mention that we understand what people mean by that. That you were doing the work in the gym, that you were doing the struggling in Hollywood to go and take acting lessons and stunt lessons and accent removal lessons, and you worked on it and you believed in yourself, and you were the one that took the risk, to run for governor. So I understand all that, but at the same time, we have to make sure that the people don't misunderstand what they mean. And misunderstanding mean that I know that I have been a creation of hundreds of people, of thousands of people. And let's not forget the governorship. I was voted by 5.8 million people that voted for me. They made me governor. So how can I say I'm self-made when 5.8 million people voted for me to become governor of the great state of California? So these are things you have to realize. It's like unbelievable the amount of people that were there helping me and pushing me.
And don't you think that's when talking about being useful, our obligation is to do that for other people, to pay it forward?
You know, I mean, it's like you hit the nail on the head, because that's exactly why we have to recognize that. The only reason why we have to recognize that we are not self-made and that we are creations by so many people, including our parents, is because then you automatically say to yourself, if you're at all sane, is then, okay, who am I helping?
Yeah.
If I'm a product of a lot of help, then who am I helping? And now all of a sudden that opens up a whole new can of worms. And this is what I think is the most important thing, is that we all give something back to our community, that we give back to other people. There is maybe someone, like for instance today, when people come over from a foreign country, they ask me many times in the gym, can you write a letter for my lawyer so that I can file this with immigration and all this? And if I see that they're really hardworking and that they're really good, I will get them that letter in 2 seconds. And so there's certain things that you help them getting a job over here, whatever it may be. So this is the kind of stuff that you do because you say to yourself, I was helped when I came to this country, so now I have to help. And to me, it's kind of not even a question, should I or shouldn't I? I want to do it because it makes me feel good that I can give something back to this great country.
Well, it's when you have the goal, you have the motivation, which is key, but then something that's really interesting about your career, you also know what to say no to that might be exciting or lucrative or interesting or standard, but it takes you further away from where you're going. So I think someone who has a strong idea of what they're trying to accomplish, clear vision, as you call it, strong sense of who they're trying to help or what they want to accomplish, then they also know how to pass on things that are coming their way. They know how to pass on distractions. They know how to pass on temptations. They also know how to pass on, doing the same thing over and over again, because the next part of their vision actually requires them to go over here. You have to have that clarity.
It's like the body, right? You can have this great body, but if you want to keep the greatest body, then you have to work your ass off. If you feel good physically, then you feel good mentally and psychologically. And if you feel good mentally and you feel good about yourself because you've now done something, you look at the world quite differently.
Yeah. And to me, thinking about that, thinking that time is short, that we don't have forever, that's part of what motivates me to be useful, because you go, I don't have forever. I don't know if I can get to this later. I want to do what I can while I have the time.
I think it's very important that we don't stop the work when I'm finished with my life. It has to continue on.
There's always more that a person can do.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to stay hungry.
Yes.
That's what it's all about, stay hungry.
I hate plan B. Everything I ever did, the thing that I heard out of people's mouth was, that's impossible. That can't be done. Or no. We have so many doubters, the no-sayers. We have so many of those people that say no and you can't do it, that's impossible. But when you start doubting yourself, that's very dangerous. Because now what you're basically saying is that if my plan doesn't work, I have a fallback plan, I have a plan B. You're taking away now that thought and that energy from plan A. So whenever someone said to me, it can't be done, I heard it can be done. When they said no, I heard yes. And when they said it's impossible, I heard it is possible. Because I am a strong believer. I'm telling you, I've never ever had a plan B. I made a full commitment that I'm going to go and be a bodybuilding champion. I made a full commitment that I'm going to be in America. I made a full commitment that I'm going to get in the show business and I'm going to be a leading man. No matter what it takes, I will do the work. And it's very important to understand that we function better if there is no safety net because plan B becomes a safety net. It says that if I fail, then I fall and I get picked up and I have something else there that will protect me. What is if I fail, then I don't have anything else? Well, let me tell you something, don't be afraid of failing, because there's nothing wrong with failing. So people always ask me, when they saw me in the gym in the pumping iron days, they say, why is it that you're working out so hard? 5 hours a day, 6 hours a day, and you have always a smile on your face. Why is that? And I told people all the time, I said, because to me, I'm shooting for a goal. So every rep that I do gets me closer to accomplishing that goal, to make this goal, this vision turn into reality. Michael Jordan said in one of his interviews, when they said, you are unbelievable, you're the greatest basketball player of all times. And he says, well, you're just mentioning the successes. But he says, for me to become the greatest basketball player, I missed 9,000 shots when I was playing basketball at the NBA games. Does it make him a failure? No. He's one of the greatest basketball players of all times, but he failed 9,000 times. Do you get it? We all fail. It's okay. What is not okay is that when you fail, you stay down. It's all about the hard work that you put in. 74% hate their job in America. The majority of people don't like what they're doing because they're really not doing it because they didn't have a goal and they followed this goal. They just aimlessly drift around, and then all of a sudden there's a job opening, so they get that job because you have to work. But then when you work, it's a chore. It's work. It's not fun. So if you think about, only a quarter of the people really enjoy what they're doing in life. That is unbelievable if you think about it. So I felt so blessed that I knew what I was doing. It's like a medical student that studies and knows he wants to become a doctor. You know where to go. You see, if you don't have a vision of where you go, and if you don't have a goal where you go, you drift around and you never end up anywhere. It's like you can have the best ship in the world, you can have the best airplane in the world. If the pilot or the captain doesn't know where to go, it will just drift around. It will not end up anywhere, or most likely in the wrong place. And I didn't really like Austria when I grew up. I couldn't wait to get out of there. I couldn't see myself becoming a farmer or a worker in a factory or anything like that, even though my parents wanted me to stay there and have a normal life. But that was their vision, not mine. My vision was totally different. I felt that I was born for something special, for something unique, for something big. Do you know how great it felt that I knew where I was going? Imagine the majority of people don't know where they're going. I knew where I was going. So it was just a question of, how do you do it? I'm shooting for a goal. In front of me is the Mr. Universe title. So every rep that I do gets me closer to accomplishing that goal, to make this goal, this vision turn into reality. Every single set that I do, every repetition, every weight that I lift will get me a step closer to turn this goal into reality. So I couldn't wait to do another 500-pound squat. I couldn't wait to do another 500-pound bench press. I couldn't wait for the next exercise. Maybe it has never been done before. That's perfectly fine with me. But I'm gonna do it. And I did not listen to the naysayers. With the age of 20, I went to London and I won the Mr. Universe contest as the youngest Mr. Universe ever. And it was because I had a goal. If I would have listened to the naysayers, from bodybuilding to show business to politics, I would not be standing here today, talking to you. So this is why I say, don't listen to the naysayers. I've never ever had a plan B. I would do the work over and over and over until I get it. It is very dangerous to have a plan B because you're cutting yourself off from the chance of really succeeding. And the reason, one of the main reasons why people want to have a plan B is because they are worried about failing. We all fail. Winners will fail and get up, fail and get up, fail and get up. You always get up. That is a winner. That is a winner. We all have losses. This is okay. And this is why I say don't be worried about losing, because when you're afraid of losing, then you get frozen. In order to perform well in anything, if it's in boxing or if it is on your job or with your thinking, is only happening when you relax. It's okay to fail. Let's just go all out and give it everything that you got. That's what it is all about. So don't be afraid to fail. It's all about the hard work that you put in. So they all say that's impossible. That's impossible. That can't be done. But I didn't listen to those losers. I didn't listen to them at all. And it was because I had a goal. Because I believed